Hey there friendlies, how's up? Taking another stankin' hot weather hike here. Gonna take a look at some of them stunning Ponderosa pines because I can't stay away from them whenever I'm out here. Let's check it out. So, Ponderosa pine, Pinus Ponderosa. It's native to the southern interior of BC, down into a few states below. It's really good in dry, sandy soil, but it's also really good in well-drained, deep, moist soil. The way you can recognize it is, well, there are several ways. First of all, younger trees have kind of a dark, scaly, almost kind of black bark on them. Older trees, that bark becomes very thick, sometimes up to about 10 centimeters, in fact. Big plates, kind of a brownish orange. That thick bark is good for helping the tree survive the wildfires that come through this area. One other difference between the young ponderosas and the old ones is when they're still young, they're very conical, kind of like a Christmas tree. But when they become mature, fully mature trees have a much wider top and they're a lot more irregular. The needles are very long, 12 to 28 centimeters, give or take. They grow in groups of 2, sometimes 3, apparently rarely 5, but I have not seen any 5s on this trip. They're very pointy on the end, and they have a toothed edge on them. But if you come this way, no problem. If you come this way, I wouldn't do that. They grow sort of in large groups, sort of on the ends of branches that are actually pretty bare otherwise. Scaly branches, but quite bare. Get a load of these cones. They're usually about 7 to 14 centimeters long. There's practically no stem on them at all. And the scales get thicker at the end, and they have this really sharp prickle on them. As far as traditional uses go, the Okanagan peoples use the inner bark and the seeds from the cones as a food source. They use the pitch as a waterproofing agent for moccasins, stuff like that. And because these trees grow nice and long and quite wide, like a meter across or whatever, a lot of the traditional dugout canoes were made from the Ponderosa pine as well. And interesting little fact, on a really stankin' hot day like this, especially with more mature trees, it smells like vanilla, just a little bit. Other names for this tree include the western longleaf pine, the yellow pine, and the blackjack pine. So I guess that's all she wrote. Thanks for hanging out with me on this little tree ID. As I always say, if you like what I'm doing, please do the following 3 things. 1, comment down below. What's your favorite pine or spruce or fir tree? 2nd, share this video. That helps me more than you could possibly imagine. And 3rd, leave me a smiley thumb. If you don't like what I'm doing, that's okay. Leave me a frowny thumb. Thanks for watching, guys.